Good evening and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Dan Camilleri.
And I'm Laura McKillop. We'd like to start by thanking Enduro High Energy Food for Working Dogs with Real Kangaroo Meat for bringing you our fortnightly podcast.
Tonight we're fortunate enough to be speaking with Tom Woolford. How you going, buddy?
Yeah, good. How are you going?
Pretty good.
Not too bad, thanks, mate. What did they see you do?
Sorry, what was that?
What did today see you doing?
Oh, we had a bit of landmarking this morning. We finished about lunchtime, which was good. So that's 2025 landmarking done and dusted. So I'm glad to see the end of it, but it's always good for me, good for the dogs, and they got a good workout. And then just fixing some troughs this afternoon, and then that's about it for today. So, and here we are.
Right.
Good old dog talk.
Yeah,
People awake a bit longer on a Tuesday night.
where would you rather be though? Really, like
hearing my nag and your nagging voices going.
Yeah. Normally I'm in bed by 8 o'clock, if I'm being honest with you. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought I'm the one getting old.
Yeah, well, that too.
I'm not in bed by 8:30 too. So
yeah.
See the Union shirt on there? You want to tell us what the room is, mate?
So Union Agriculture, they Bobra Station is what it's called, and they're the owners of it. So there's a manager, and then I'm a 2IC of the livestock. So been here nearly 2 years now, and yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. So I can't see myself doing anything else, to be honest, which is really good. So
you've got a bit of a cool story about before you ended up at Bobra.
Yeah.
Tell us, where you grew up, what you did like school-wise, after school and that.
Yeah, so I'll give you the full laydown. I'll give you the full story. So I grew up in Young. My dad was a plumber and my mum worked in childcare at the office. So I had nothing to do with stock. Oh, my pop had 20 acres. He had 20 sheep and he had a dog. And ever since I was a young kid, loved it. So, but that's all we had. And then played footy, never worked on a farm or anything. And then dropped out of school at year 10, got a building apprenticeship. And I was a builder for 13 years. And I moved to Newcastle when I was 18, done it up there. And then I moved overseas to London for 2 years. Just, nothing with dog, nothing with, done the chipping over there. Spent my bit of time in America and then come back. And I was like, do you know what? I want to get a dog and I want to do some livestock because I love just helping my pop out and helped a few family friends when I was younger. And I was like, yeah, this is good. But never fully got into it. So I was a chippy for 13 years. And then probably nearly on 5 years ago, I went and bought a dog at a Wagga dog auction just to get in and get started. And then went landmarking for a year or two, and then met a couple of farmers, started doing some work for them. And I thought, geez, how good's this? Like, oh, this is me. Like, and then I was fortunate to meet Sam and Brooke Yates or Brooke Barton. And then I went and helped them contracting. And then I really seen what working dogs could do. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want. This is what I want to do. So I went contracting for another couple of years. And then I was like, oh, I've got to do this full time. I've got to quit chipping and get a couple of dogs. So I trained my first dog, Mac. And moved out here 2 years ago, and now I've got a team of 8 dogs. Started trialling. This will nearly be 3 years trialling, and I love it. So, from a person that's never born into agriculture, I've got into it in my late 20s. So I was about 28, and I haven't looked back. I can't see myself doing anything else. Like when I was chipping, like you get to Smoko and you be like, geez, is the day over? Like I'm over this already. But now I'm working on a farm, working with stock, working with dogs. There's not enough hours in the day. Like you can never get sick of it. You have your crap days, but I love it. Love working with dogs and I love working with livestock. It's amazing.
So when you started contracting, you were still on the tools as well?
Yeah,
so I started my own business, and I went contracting and still done my chippy stuff. And then I just got more into the dog side of stuff and contracting, and I was like, still had a lot of jobs chipping. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop chipping like that's, and then gradually declined more jobs and got more contracting. So and just
got the hammer and picked up a drench gun.
Yeah, picked up a trench gun. I know a lot of people think it's shit, but I like it. I actually don't mind doing it. So,
So
and yeah,
you mentioned in there that you just went to Wagga dog auction, bought a dog.
yeah.
Was there a process there, or you just went and go, I'm just going to buy a
I
dog?
just if I say if I'm betted into something, I'm going to it 100%. Like, and I'll put everything I have into it. So I'm just like that. Like, bit weird like that, but that's how I am. So I went to Wagga Dog Auction, I bought a dog and got into it. So
And
no, no stuff around.
how'd you meet Brooke and Sam then? If you weren't trialing, like how'd you come across them?
So the farmer I done work for, it was just me doing his livestock. So he got onto them when I went overseas the first time. He got contacted them and they come and give him a hand while I was overseas. And then when I got back, I went back out there and he's like, you should meet these two people that come and done some work for him. And I was like, hell yeah. So when we done shearing, he got him out. And then that's how I met him through him, just at shearing, and I was overseas. So they got them and just fortunate enough to meet them through that and kicked it off from there. And then I saw what a real working dog could do. Like my pop had one, but it'd go out, stir the sheep up and come back. And I thought that was awesome. Like, then to see an actually really, like a real work dog work is the first time I seen Sam and Brooks' dogs work. I was like, this is what I want. They're the dogs I want. That's how I want to train my dogs. Like, and that opened my eyes to working dogs and actually stock. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. Like I was no good at school, but I'm all right at training dogs. So that's.
So when you went to bought that first dog, did you skill yourself up at all, or did you just even on what kind of dog you wanted, or you just went?
Not really. I didn't know much about dogs before then. Like I'd see me pop's dog. I didn't even know like I was a thing or like free backing or bark. I just thought. I didn't know, to be honest. I didn't know. I just thought dogs brought them to you. You bark in a race back, and that's it. That's all I thought was dogs. And when I went over there, this dog done that. He backed and barked and just brought him to you. And I was like, geez, that's a good dog. I'll get him. So, and then I just, bought him. And then the rest is history. So he started me on it and I'm addicted now. So, yeah, love it.
That's pretty cool because a lot of people would go out and buy a pup. And you've gone out and bought a started trained dog.
Yeah.
What was your thought process there? Because like I said, most people would.
You just wanted to get work.
Straight into it.
I wanted to get into it, and I thought the only way to get it right into it is you need a dog so you can work on your own.
Yeah.
So
now,
well, I was like, I'm not going to stuff around because there'll be another 2 or 3 years before I can get right into it with a pup. And I was like, I don't know where to start with a pup. So I bought that dog, and then probably 18 months later, 2 years later, that's when I met Sam and Brooke. So I had to teach myself everything with this dog because I was working a lot on my own. Like he had about 5,000 ewes and I was doing a lot of it all on my own, which I loved because it threw me in the deep end, and that's how I learned how to do it. And that's how I learned how to read stock or doing it by yourself. Like I went straight in the deep end and I was like, come at me. Like, let's go. So,
what drove you to go there and not just go to like a Gumtree special?
Well, because I heard some story like Gumtree, like I'm not bagging it or anything, but you don't know what you're going to get. Like people say, oh, the dog does this, the dog does that, and you go and spend the money, and then you go home and the dog doesn't even do that. Like, and then I'm stuck in a bad spot going, and then I'm off myself, and then I'll just be like stuff this, stuff that person that sold it to me, stuff me for buying it. Like I just would have played it over and over in my head and just gone, nah, this is bullshit. But but at least at the sale, you can go there, you can watch the videos, you can go and have a look at the dog and just go and talk to the owner and just get a feel for the dog while you're there. And then, I had a feel for the dog and I thought, this is what I want. But originally the dog I wanted, it sold for like 15 grand. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I couldn't. But I still landed a decent dog that got me out of trouble. Like he done everything. So got me out of trouble for those first couple of years. And then like while I was doing that, just to really know dogs, I took a couple of mates' dogs and just like took them to work and tried to train them and stuff, just to try and teach myself how to do it. Like there's a couple of online videos that I watched and just thought, oh yeah, I can do this. And then just got the sit and the stay and a bit of a push on to come here on the dogs that I was trying to train for my mates, just to get a bit of a feel. And it started to pay off, and I was like, yeah, like this is it.
You'd love an IKEA DIY pack, wouldn't you? Just like,
oh mate, I put a lot of them together when I was chipping, don't worry. So yeah, a lot of them. So
you mentioned there, for the dog you had your eye on went for 15 grand. Like, not having that much experience, how did you set yourself a budget of what you were going to spend as well?
Well, I didn't really have a budget. It was just to go there and get something that started working well and I can do a job with. That'll go and just drive some sheep and just. I didn't think dogs would go for that much, to be honest. And then it started going well out of my price range, and I was like, man, I don't have that sort of money. How can I buy that?
What was that dog, mate?
It was a bitch, and the name was Annie. I don't know how I was bred because I didn't know much breeding. I didn't know anything about breeding back then. I didn't know it was such a big thing. I just sort of dog's a dog, like. And now, yeah, now I wish I could go back and have a look, see what the breeding was. But she was really nice. She just, now that I know more about dogs, she covered her stock well. She read them well. She had really nice eye and walk-in strength. And I was like, that just looked good to me back then. And now that I know, have a half an idea, I was like, yeah, that was a bloody good dog. No wonder it went for that much. Like,
yeah.
So, but yeah, at the time I was like, why would you pay that much for a dog? Like, seriously? Like, but now you understand more. So,
oh mate, it still baffles me how someone can go spend anywhere from 2.5 to 6 grand on a designer dog and not bat an eye.
Yeah,
we've got pups here, in the Springers and Labs that I've gone and spent way much more money than I've ever bought a Kelpie for, or a Collie dog, and I can earn a living with the Kelpie or a Collie dog. And
you can earn that in a weekend, can't you? What you spend on one of those dogs, like they're worth every weight in gold, I think. Like they're an amazing animal.
So, can I ask a rude question?
Yeah, go for it.
How much did you pay for your first dog? As somebody coming into the industry,
do you know what? I haven't told many people, and I hope my mum's not listening because she will blow up if she hears this.
Just turn around now.
I was like, Mum, don't listen. But I spent 8 grand on my first working dog. Not many people know that, but I told my mum I spent 5 grand on it. Now she's probably listening, so she's probably thinking, you idiot. Like, but at the end of the day, I look at it like you get people that go out and spend 10 grand on a motorbike, don't you? And 10 grand on that sort of stuff. And that's their hobby and that's that. And I wanted to make this my hobby. So I was thinking if I spend that much, then I'm making a life investment. And look at me now. It's the best 8 grand I've ever spent.
Yeah. All that. And when you were chipping, how many Makita skins, batteries?
Oh, mate, I would have spent nearly 20 to 30 grand on tools easy. Or probably 20 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I say skins, your grinder, your drill,
and all that stuff. Yeah. Over my time, it would have been a lot of money. And I was just thinking, why? Like, that's what I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life. And then I thought, nah, something's got to change. My cousin actually had a big influence on it because he's all about like, go and do what you love, find something you love and do it. And then I did, and I haven't looked back. So
8 grand well spent then.
Oh, that's the best 8 grand I've ever spent. And a lot of people, like a lot of my mates used to give me shit about it. Oh, why would you spend that much? But at the end of the day, that's when I said, well, you go and spend 10 grand on a motorbike. And then they look at it and they go, oh, yeah, well, that's very true. So it's just a passion. And now I wanted to pursue that passion. And that's how.
Oh, sorry.
No, go. I'm done.
So you made that decision. You have Annie. You're in your vehicle, you're going to work, you're learning on the job, but how else are you you mentioned some online stuff there, and how were you educating Tom?
Well, I can't remember. I tried to look it up before this because I've still got the videos of the first online dog training that he just taught you how to train dogs. So I studied that something shock. I watched those episodes about 20 times each when I was first doing it. And I just YouTube's a good thing. I was just on YouTube all the time, just looking at it. And that's when I started doing dog schools, and I'd done a couple of dog schools 3 or 4 times. And I was like, yeah, this, like, just asking questions. And I was a bit hesitant at first about messaging people and asking questions and stuff. And then I was like, do you know what, stuff it. If they end up liking me from all the questions I'm asking, then so be it. But everyone everyone I've asked for something, they've been so good. I've gone to people's houses, they've helped me, and I've just annoyed people. So it's actually really good. The community is actually really good for it. So
how many hours did you stay up on the iPad of an evening?
Oh, do you know what? My partner Chloe, she hates it, right? Because when I always lay in bed and you hear this whistle on the phone, she's like, "Shut that phone up!" And it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm here just watching videos and stuff.
So you said you go to bed at 8:30, but you're too busy watching dog videos.
Yeah. I'll stay up all night watching that, and then she's like, "Would you turn that shit off?" Like,
but I can totally relate to that, mate. Like, I was very lucky when I started yard trialing. Like, some people, some of the greats of our sport gave me a heap of time and yarn to them. But there used to be on the Working Kelpie Council website, used to be a whole heap of videos.
Yeah.
Mate, I spent stupid hours. I watched every single video multiple times, just watching some of the best and just watching it, where they stood, how they stood, where they positioned their dog, how their dog worked, how loud they were. I go, well, I like that guy, but I don't want to be that loud. And I'm too much of a character that I can't have a dog like that. And I learned so much from watching those videos, you know. And you only get out what you put in, and you're still putting that in.
Yeah, 100%. Which it's all knowledge, isn't it? So you can stay up in it. You don't get tired. Sorry, you can stay up all night and you'd be watching it, and you'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, shit, I've got to get up in a couple of hours. I've got to go to bed, and then get up and do it all again the next day and go, geez, how good's this?
Mate, so you're glowing here just talking about what you do. What is it? What is it that
you love?
That you love?
That lights the spark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just weird, I think. Like a lot of my mates just say I'm weird just for loving it. But it's just working with dogs. Like, you can train a dog to do like the best stuff, and the more time you put into it, like the more rewarding it is. Like, it's like when I first started working with Sam and Brooke, they had proper dogs, and they taught me a lot to read stock and how to work them. So I just went back and going, geez, this is a lot easier working my dog like that. And I thought, geez, how good's this? This dog's doing this now. He's moving 1,000 sheep in the yard just by putting his pressure there. And I'm like, geez, how good's this animal? Like, you don't realize how good the dogs are until you start watching it for yourself, and you go, geez, this is fun. Like, I've taught that dog how to do that. Like, and now that I know, Dan, you've been out to Bobra Station, so you know a bit of the countries, like when Em was working out here. So, like, you send those dogs up those big mountains and you go, geez, that's like, how good is this? And then you get in the yards and they're just backing and punching sheep around. It's like, geez, this is good. Like, it's fun.
The laneways you have there and the way the paddocks are set up, like, you can just let dogs be dogs.
Yeah, you can. And I'm like, I went out to Jake Nowlands because he's helped me a fair bit, actually. I went, and it's the first time I've seen someone leave dogs out there and to muster. And I was like, righto, that's what I want. That's how I want my dogs to go. So ever since then, I've been leaving my dogs out there as much as I can and going to the next paddock or leaving me in the laneway and just practicing leaving them out there, and they've just gotten so much better by doing that, and like just me trusting them and trusting them they can stay there and know the job. Like, it's just they're cool.
You mentioned Jake there, mate. Have you got any mentors that really have helped helping shape you?
Mate, I've actually got a couple. So another story. I hope I don't bore you with me stories, but
Good story.
That's what we hear, right?
like Jake coached me in footy when I was young. Like he coached me for 3 or 4 years. So I always kept it on dogs, and that's what got me interested because I'd always ask him as a kid.
You got a
And then-
mean spear tackle on you.
What's that?
You got a mean spear tackle on you.
Yeah, I do. That's So that's why I had to give it up. So. But no, he's I've gone to a lot of his dog schools, and he's helped me out a lot actually, just by me annoying him. And Chloe, my partner, she works at a daycare, and Amelia Stokehill's daughter went there. And this is before like I even knew who she was. Chloe just said, oh yeah, she goes with some dogs and that. And that's when I listened to a dog talk. And I was like, oh, like she must be pretty good. So I got Chloe to start talking to her at daycare and just get the feelers out there. And every time I was like, Chloe, mate, have you talked to her yet or what? Like, talk to her. Say, like,
Well, Ellie was born in
come
the
home.
home.
Yeah. And I was just getting Chloe to pester her. So finally they started talking. She was like, yeah, come out. And I was like, little kid at Christmas time. I was like, geez, how good? Let's go. Come on. So we went out there, and then next minute we just become really good friends with them. Really, and I was out there all the time. And she was probably sick of me, but I was like, look, I'm coming out. Like, just because she was only 40 minutes away, so I was nice and close. I was like, I'm coming out. And she really helped me with my dogs as well. So I've got to give it to those two. And like with the trialing, like probably Dean and Greg, they've been really helpful because they actually sit down with me and they'll say, righto, well, you got to do this. This is where you're doing it. Like, this is how you want to do it and stuff like that. And then just watching people trial, just seeing how they do it and just watching what they do. Like, I go and look at the score when I first started when people would do it. And if it's a good, like, if I thought it was a good run, I'd go and look and it's a good run. You go, okay, I want to try and do what they're doing, sort of thing. And then, yeah, like, Em helped me with a bit of the trialing as well. So I just been really fortunate, but I've just been a pest to people. But I've been really fortunate to know a heap of stuff. So
That said, you said you've been a pest, but how, besides Bug and Chloe, like how did you, when you approach these people and had these opportunities, how did you carry yourself and talk to them?
Well, I went to a heap of dog schools, and that's how I got to know a lot of people as well. And then when I'm at trialing, that's when I'll start talking to them. And then, like Sam and Brooke, they knew a few people. They knew a lot more people than me, so they'd introduce me to people. So that's how I'd break the ice. And then I'd just start asking them. And then at dog schools, like I'm quiet as during the day. Like I don't say a word just because I'm soaking in all the knowledge. But when you have a few beers and that night, they can't shut me up. And they're like, can't you go back to during the day where you don't say a word? So and then at the dog trials, that's when we broke the ice. They come talk to me and they know what I'm like. And then if I just say, well, what do you do here? And they'll just like, well, yeah, you want to be moving forward, do this, do that. And then like I wasn't like the little 1%ers for trial and I wasn't doing any good at. So I had a heap of panels from young because I had some sheep in there originally. I bought all my panels out here and I set up a trialing thing to work on those little 1%ers, and I really think that's really helped me to in the trials. So
what are those 1%ers?
So just you're up front, you're clearing the gates, like controlling the bites a bit more, and just like putting them in sticky situations, like how they get caught behind a gate and bringing them around calmly. Because at work, like if I'm in the yards, I'm going like I want stuff moving. I don't want to be fart-assing around, and I don't want to be trying to train them in the yards. Like that's when we want to get stuff done. Sorry. So now, like I said, the trial and ring. So now it just like you're up front, you're getting up right up the front and sitting there waiting until you walk up and unlatch the gate and getting them to bark up there. Because normally at work, I never do that sort of stuff. Like I'm never clearing a gate at work. Like if I'm opening the gate, I want them to go straight through, so I don't want to clear it, sort of thing. So it's just all stuff like that, and just like getting littler mobs of sheep in like the littler pens and just pushing the rail and stuff, and just all that sort of stuff.
Beautiful, mate. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your dogs.
So my first dog was Roger. That's the one I bought from the sale. And then I was actually over in America, and one of my good mates sent me a video of a dog saying this is on Facebook. So I went on and had a look. Then I was like, yeah, right, I like that dog. But then I saw another video of the brother, and I was like, geez, I like that dog because I knew a bit more about him. So I sent old mate a message on Facebook when I was in America overseas saying, mate, I want to buy that dog. And he goes, yeah, mate, no worries, it's still available. So I bought that, got my brother to pick it up, and it was Mac. So got him for $500. $500.
Deal.
And I was overseas, and all I did was see a video of it. I didn't see a video of the parents, didn't see anything. I just thought, I like him. And I didn't know much about breeding then either. And then, so he's the first dog that I've ever trained. And I believe I've done a good job of him. I really do believe I've done a really good job. And then, yeah, I trialed him at 9 months old just to get in it because, yeah, Brooke and Sam, they're like, come and do a trial. Like, just come and try this one. And I was like, he was 9 months old. And I was like, yeah, right, I'll just come see what it's about. And then ever since then, like, I got around with him, which was good. And then Roger, my other dog, he's a bit of a loose unit. He's not a trial dog. So, but, and now, yeah, so I've got Mac. He's 3-year-old. And then I've got Pip. We just got her off Facebook because I didn't know anyone that was selling dogs because I didn't know anyone. No one knew me. So it was a bit hard to get dogs then. So it come up on Facebook. So we went to Port Macquarie and picked her up. And she's a great little dog. She's awesome. She's like, her strength on stock is really well. And she backs like a trooper. She just hasn't got much. But we got really lucky with those two dogs, I think. And then we got a Eveready bitch there, and Amelia gave us a bitch. And so they're nearly 2 years old now, and they're trialing. I got another little dog, Benji, and I got a Hunaway as well. And then just 2 little pups. I got a Sci-Fi off Mac. Someone come and got a Sci-Fi off him, so I got one of his pups out there. So I'm slowly building my team. It's just taking time. I've had 2 dogs, but I've sold them. They just weren't going to cut it. So I sold 2 dogs already, and I'm just building my team up and trying to get some quality dog. Which I believe I do have quality dogs now, but I just want to build my team up because, like, when it's busy time, you got 20,000 sheep, and I've only got 6 dogs going around at the moment. So they cop a bit of a hiding at work, and unfortunately, I haven't got any other choice. So,
what are some of the qualities you like to see in a dog?
So I really like strengthening a dog because we run composites, a lot of composites. And we're in the yards once, and I had my little Hunaway in there. Well, she's not so little now, but when she was little, and I seen this composite come from 5 meters away when she had a back turn and just jam her up against the fence. Like, this composite was out, and they just give the dogs a hard time. So they got to be strong on stock. They got to be tough. They got to have good footwork and a bit of eye. Like, I don't mind presence, but to be honest, like, a lot of people may not agree with me, but big presence dogs do nothing on 2,000 composite lambs. Like, like, they don't do anything. You got to have a bit of noise and just strength. So that's what I really like in dogs.
Cool. And any plans with your, like you mentioned there about dogs a direction you'd like to go? What are you planning for that? What is there a particular line you'd like to follow, or something you'd like to bring into what you have?
Yeah, so I'm still trying lines. Like, I still want to meet people so I can try it. Like, it's still hard to get a pup. Like, you do have to know people to get, like, pups, and I'm just not at that stage at the moment. Like, but there's still a lot of pups I want to try. Like, different lines I want to try. Like, I've only been doing it for 5 years, and I still don't know what I want exactly. Like, I know what I want in a dog, but there's other lines out there that I want to try and see how they go. Like, it's just, like, people have been doing it for 20 years, and they're like, yeah, this is a dog, where I've been doing it for 5, and I still just want to try everything. Like, I'm still very new, and I've still got so much to learn. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot. I've come a long way, but I haven't even scratched the surface. Like, I really haven't. Like, there's just, there's so much still I've got to learn, and I'm excited for it. Like when people give me tips, I don't care if you've been in it a year, you still could give me a tip, then I'll be like, yeah, I like that. Like I really do. So I'm just, yeah, I'm an empty book really, and I've got to, yeah. So, but I'm excited.
Have you bred any of your own pups?
No, I haven't. No, I'm a bit funny. I don't know about breeding. I don't know. I've talked to my partner about it, and I'm just a bit funny about it because I still don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one for me. Like, I told you I'm queer, so that's. Yeah. I just don't know.
I understand.
I think I will eventually, but just not at the moment. Not at the moment. I just want to try a few things, but I definitely want to breed from this pip that we got, and I'll breed from Mac eventually. But I'm in my trial and error, so.
I love that, mate. I love you're doing little bits of everything, like your work, your trialing, and you're still trying to find. You want to make sure that you're finding that dog for you, and you're still out exploring and trying different things. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's like my perfect dog. It's got to do the yards, but it's also got to do the pack, which is everyone's perfect dog. It's like a unicorn, isn't it? So, but they're like we got some really hilly country. So if I can send the dog out there, they can come into the yards, back bark, and do a bit of a top knot. Then I found a good dog that's just got a bit of heart and willpower, and just want to do stuff. So and you can work.
No, you go.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. I cut you off. Sorry.
No, I was done. I just said, yeah, you go.
Right. I was gonna ask. You mentioned before, strength and presence.
Yeah.
Why do you see them as different?
So, like, a strength in a dog is like, what I believe is like the dog can walk in on stock and not take a backward step. Like, if that sheep comes at them, that dog's not taking a backward step. Because you get the composites, they want to fight them all the time. So you got to have a dog that's going to get in there and have a go. Where if a weak dog, it'll back away. It doesn't like that pressure. So it'll get off. And a presence dog, like you could have a dog, like I'll probably sound like an idiot to some people, but you can have a dog with good presence, but
that's
weak.
The
stock that's weak, and it gets away with it because it's got good presence. Yeah. And like if you're trying to move 2,000 composite lambs, like a big presence dog could go in there as much as they can, but if they're not going to intervene that bubble, it's not going to do anything, even with the presence. Like, because composite lambs, they don't care. Like,
even the way they massage that bubble, that flight zone, right? Like those if they feel pressure, like maybe it's not even backing up, maybe it's coming forward and just bombing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Which will it stirs them up, and then they'll just go mad and they'll start running So you just gotta, It's like it's a weird one to explain, really. But like if you're in the yards and you got a big presence dog, it's not going to move them. Like the sheep are just going to stay there, aren't they? Yeah. So that's you just need that bit of grunt, bit of noise and stuff to get them moving.
You said you liked it at work. You just like to get things happening.
I do.
Yeah. And then, like you said, you set up your yard. So, how much time do you, or even do you, set aside to training your dogs?
A lot. Yeah, I put a lot of time into my dogs. A lot. So we start work at 7:30. So I'm up at 6 outside training my dogs. And then if we start at 6:30 or 6 when it's busier, if I can't get up that morning, I've got a light set up out there. So I'll get home, and if I'm not happy how my dogs went, I'll go out there and train. And I'm very lucky with Chloe because she knows how queer I am about it. So if I'm out there training, she'll come out and train for 10 minutes, and then she's good. Like she'll come in and cook dinner if I'm outside, sort of thing. So, and then I try and return the favor the next night, but 9 times out of 10, I'm outside training dogs. So. But I just like to do it in the morning because you're nice and calm, you refresh, your dogs are fresh, nothing's bugged you during the day, so you're not like a little bit upset about something, like you're just fresh, and the dogs they can feel that off you, so they're ready to go. And I think that's the best time to train is in the mornings. So it's the best time. You do a bit of training, then you take them to work, you get the work done. And then sometimes if I'm not happy, I'll come home and I'll just train the younger ones, or I'll do something with the older one that had done something and I don't like. Then I'll just do a quick. It's dead set 5 minutes of training. They do it well, and then we're done. Feed them and then off to bed. So my training sessions don't go that long at all. They're 5 minutes, and that's it.
How about furthering your education? Like, are you at a point now where you're doing something, then you're like, oh, I'd like to know a bit more about this, or have you got like a plan where you go, okay, well, I'm going to put time aside here to work with this particular person, or?
Yeah, well, I still go to dog schools. Like if a dog school pops up, and I'll go to it. Like I don't care if they've had 4-10 years experience. You can always go somewhere and learn something. And then if I'm struggling with something at work and I don't know how to fix it, I'll go to the trial and then I'll ask someone. And then like I'll just say, "Oh, so what do you do here? Like, how do you go about fixing that?" And they give me an idea. I'll come home and try it, and it works. So that's why if I've got a problem, I'll just ask someone, because people will bounce different ideas off you. Some are the same, some are different. You go and try those 2 or 3 things. One might work, and you go, "Okay, that'll work." And then out of those 3 things, you can try it with another dog. And I was like, well, that works for that dog, and that's a completely different thing. So you just got to ask the question, and people have got ideas, and you try it. It's all trial and error, isn't it? So, and people are more than happy to help you. Like people love talking about training dogs and their dogs. So, like all you got to do is ask, and people will give you an answer. Like they really do. So. And if I'm trying to further something, I say, well, how do I fix this? Like, how do I get my dog to go all the way up? And they just say, well, go and do this, go and try that. And that's where I go back to, and I ask the people that I asked from the start, and they've normally got an answer.
Don't want any names. Have you had any real bad advice?
I have. Do you know, the funny thing is, I have. I really have. But, like, I'm not going to say to someone, oh, that's a shit idea. Like, I'll go, yeah, like, no worries, I'll try that. And then I'll come home and I'll be like, geez, Chloe, I'm like, that was so shit. What did I try that for? Yeah, like, I have had a few people just, yeah, I have, yeah. So, okay.
So we've mentioned trialing there a few times today. So you mentioned you've been trialing for 3 years now?
Yeah, just
yard trialing?
Sorry, yeah, just yard trialing. I want to do other trialing. I've only just started this. I just little baby steps at a time. So I want to do utility, but I'll try for you next year and see how that goes.
Why was yard trialing your entry into trialing?
That's a good question, actually, because I've never really thought about that. I don't know. It goes back to Sam and Brooke. They were doing it, so I wanted to get into it. And it's when I was a kid, actually, like they'd have it in Young, and I'd sit up there for hours on end, like, and I'd just watch it. Like my mum could leave me there, and I'd be in the exact same spot 8 hours later, just watching the dog trials. So I always wanted to do that. I'd watch it as a kid, and I'd be like, I'm going to compete in this one day, and then. So that's how I really got into that. Watched it as a kid, loved it, and I was like, that's all I thought trialing was. That's all I knew back then. I only watched that, so I thought that was trialing, and now I got into it. Now it's got the 3 sheep, the cattle, and the utility, which I had no clue about. I thought it was just yard dog watching it as a kid. So that's why I done my first one as a yard dog trialer. So just, yeah, as a kid, and friends got into it, so I started getting into it as well.
I was going to say, what makes you want to have a go at utility?
Oh. Well, it's just good because the outside stuff as well. And then, like, you got to get them into the yard. Like, you do that on the farm every day. Like, say you get 3 sheep that go through a thing, it's, like, completely different. So, like, I think, oh, yeah, that's 3 sheep. I'll be able to do that. But it's not. Like, I've watched a couple of videos on it now, and it's so much more control. And I just think that'll take you into the next step of, like, training dogs. If you can get your dog to sort of get off and come in when you want it and just still have that come forward, like I really think it'd be challenging, and I'm up for the challenge.
Does the idea of having a crack at that now, is that daunting at all, or?
Oh, it scares the shit out of me, 100%. Yeah. just because I've never done it before, and I don't like getting out of my comfort zone, but you have to. Like,
You say that, yeah, you fully change your lifestyle.
yeah,
Like-
100%, 100%. But you know what? I needed that little push, and I got that little push, and I'm glad that happened. So, if you're scared of doing something, like it could open up a whole new world for you, like this has for me.
I'll just
So,
submit entries for Walker for December. Yeah, mate, you already entered.
but yeah, it does. It scares the shit out of me because I hate not being able to do something. So I'll go away, and even though everyone's so good, if it goes to shit, I'll feel so embarrassed and I'll be off myself, and then I'll be like, "Why'd you do that for?" But then that'll give me the inspiration to come home and work on it and go, righto, I've got to be better at that. I'm coming home to work on that to be better at that, and I'm going to the next one, and I'm winning it. Like that's just in my head, but I'll never win it. So. Like,
so you've and we'll get on this a bit more, but you've been real fortunate to bring home some ribbons this year. But as a result of that, which is really cool, but now you don't qualify for the nursery in a utility, right? So you have to start a novice. So how someone that's utility trialing is my passion, how can we entice you to come and have a crack at it, knowing that you can't start with the safety of we're just going to do that obstacle and that little bit that you know, smaller cast and whatnot. Like, how can we entice you to get into to have a crack at utility trialing, knowing that you're straight in with
the big boys?
Yeah. Do you know what you could nearly do like you could nearly do it's sort of hard, isn't it? Like you could do weekends to invite people that want to get into it and just do like a muck weekend of it and see how they actually go. Like instead of going out there and making a fool and go, I'm never doing this again, you can sort of make a muck weekend and go, all right, like if you want to get into it and you've fair income about it, like come and just try it and see how you go. And then that'll like, I don't know, I believe that will get more people to come and try it and go, geez, this is all right. This is what I want to work on. And then that gives them the little step in. So they got more confidence to actually go into it. If you know what I'm saying, like it's a bit of a...
No, absolutely. Watch your space. Totally.
It's a bit of a hard one. I know 100% if you were doing something like that, I'd be down there on the weekend for sure. Like I'd be there in a heartbeat. And then I'd go, okay, well, I've got to do this. I'm going home to work on this for, say you got it in a month's time, like a competition. I'd enter in it. I'd go home, work on it for a month, and I'd go and see how I go. And then I wouldn't be as like shit scared to go and do it because I've already had a trial with people that do it all the time and just like positive feedback. Go, righto, well, yeah, mate, you're doing well, but just go and work on this a little bit and like, or even just practice it here, give it one time, like just short and sweet, because I know there'd be a few people there and you don't want it to drag out all day. You spend a couple of minutes on that one person, they'd feel a lot better. I know I would. I'd be feeling, geez, that was good. I really like that. That'd give me more confidence to go into the nursery or above into the people that do it all the time and go, yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to go. Let's get it on.
So would you say it's the actual outside work that scares you, not the yard?
Well, not really, because I don't know. It's just weird. Like a lot of people there, I'm not really good with a lot of people. And I just think it's just in the back of my head, like, oh, they're judging me and that because I'm new to it. They just say, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, what's he out there for, sort of thing. It's just in the back of my head, that sort of thing, where I'm like, oh shit, am I embarrassing myself here? Like, what am I doing here, sort of thing. But like, once you do it, I go, geez, why haven't I been doing this? It just takes that one time to get the foot in the door. And then I'm like, I should have been doing this since the start. And that's what helps me go home and want to be a better dog trainer and a better handler. So
you've probably got more people watching your 6-minute run than you're going to have watching a 15-minute run.
That's
like really. So many people say that, but in all honesty, like
which is true. Like even people gave me advice saying, mate, there's probably like 3 people watching you, sort of thing. Like just don't think like that. Like there's no one really watching you while you do it. People are like talking to their mates next to you and stuff. Like, or if the only time someone's really watching you if you ask him, say, mate, can you watch me and tell me what I'm doing wrong? Like,
Even then, they probably get distracted in 15
yeah,
minutes.
100%. But it's just how I think when I go out there.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to assure you that people aren't thinking that.
Oh, 100%. I know. 100%. Like I said, it's just in the back. I told you I'm weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's just in the back of my head. Like, it's just, yeah.
And you know what impresses people more, like in the utility scene, is with someone. I know it does for me. Like, I judge a lot of nurseries, and if it's not going right, I think I mentioned it the other week with Billy. If it's not going right, and someone goes, you know what, that's going to do me, my dog, in the stock.
Yeah.
That actually grabs so much more claret with.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, well, like the stocking shit this person's had, and it's not working out, and that goes a long way as well. Rather than just going, oh well, I drove this way, so I'm just going to stand at this peg for 15 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah,
I'm working on a little passion project with that, so hopefully, thanks heaps for that feedback, because we want to entice people like you to the sport.
Yeah, which I really think that will. So
talking about enticing, man, I mentioned at the beginning there, bought a few ribbons this year.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough. Been lucky. So
talk us through that, mate. What have you been successful at this year?
So, well, probably my biggest win to now, which I was super proud of. Like, I've got it pinned up on my wall at home above the fireplace. That's how proud I was of it, because it was at West Wyalong Championship, and I believe the best triallers were there. Like, in my eyes, there was like probably a couple of missing, but they're the pinnacle of trialing. Like, when you trial, you look at them and go, geez, I want to be like them. Like, ever since I started, I was like, yeah, they're the blokes I want to be like. And then I was fortunate enough to get the win there in the Open, which was really good. I was over the moon. I was like a little kid at Christmas time, sort of thing. So I couldn't have been happier. He done really well, and I also won the improver there as well. So that's probably my biggest date to win, biggest win today.
It's awesome.
That was a very proud achievement after all the hard work, all the training. Like, it's just good to see a bit of reward. And then me and Chloe held the young one a couple of weeks ago, probably a month ago. I hadn't been there in 10 years, but we got aboard this year. And no, it wasn't rigged, but I won the Open. I got first and second. So
that was the first trial you've organised as well?
Yeah, that was the first trial we've organised, and I believe it was a successful day.
The guy that doesn't want to have a crack at utility trialing because you're worried, like going and organising your own first trial.
Yeah.
It hasn't been running 10 years. How did that come about, and how did you feel like as an accomplishment?
Well, it's up there with an accomplishment because we had over 100 maiden novice dogs, and there was like 30 something open dogs with a few novice dogs in there, or like 45, sorry, with a few novice dogs.
Beautiful.
So it was a really big trial, and it was good. We got some really good feedback, and how we got into it. Someone mentioned it that the committee was looking for someone, and we talked about it. And then I was a bit iffy about it. I was like, nah, don't want to deal with it. Like, don't want to deal with all the people. But
that was through the ag show.
Yeah, that was through the Young Show Society. Yeah. And then Chloe's the one that really got on board with it. And I was like, well, righto, if you want to do it, we'll do it. So we got on it and we done it. Got a lot of people to help us. It was really good little community for it. And just, it was a great day. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Like, going out of my comfort zone to do it, it was awesome. And we will do it again. And
sorry.
And I was just saying, I was fortunate to get first and second, and there was some pretty good handlers in that too. So,
from a couple of people that have organised trials before, do you look at it from a different perspective now?
When you go to someone,
I definitely do.
Yep.
I definitely do. I take my hat off to everyone that runs a trial, especially when you got to set up your own yards and there's 2 courses. Like, that's a lot of work, and to organise your own sheep, like people say, it's getting harder and harder when farmers lend their sheep, but I really hope they keep doing it for years to come, because we can't do it without people that lend their sheep. And the people that go there look after the sheep so much. Like, you do get some accidents, but accidents happen. And the farmers are normally like, mate, stuff does happen. So, like, people that get on board, sponsors, everything. We, as you know, sponsors of this, sponsors for everything. Like, it's really good when people get on board, and you can't do it without them.
And on a different note of that, how did you find like young community and the ag show come and actually help you guys with the trial? Like, was it welcoming and
so good, so good. Like, all I had to do was ask a few mates once, and they were on board with the sponsors, big sponsors, and they were there all day helping us set up, and they were there all Sunday afternoon packing up, and just friends. And like, I've got a lot of family, like my cousins, I drag them there, they help pack up. Like, we're just very lucky. So, and people want to get around it, which is good. More and more people are doing it, and more people want to get around it. So it's just, and people want to support you, which is really good.
Yeah. And mate, coming onto the scene real quickly and getting some like real good wins real quick. Is there one you'd like to jag in the future?
Mate, my goal, like, people say, oh, is it your dream to do this? But a dream at the end of the day is just a dream. You got to have goals, don't you? So my goal is to win an Australian, which is everyone's trial and dream. Goal, sorry. Like, which it is. Like, I want to win an Australian. Like, I keep saying like a lot, so sorry about that. But but that's my dream, to win in New South Wales and win an Australian. It might never happen. Like, you just don't know. It could never happen, or it could happen in 20 years, or it could happen. You just don't know. But that's my goal, is to win an Australian and to win in New South Wales, and even a Vic, because there's some bloody good handlers down there too.
Absolutely.
So, but they're my goals.
Well, beautiful, mate. You've got to have them. Mate, is there someone you'd like to see us sit down and have a yarn with on Dog Talk?
Oh, bloody hell. You're good at picking people, so that's, I don't know. Do you know what I thought about the, like, I was like, geez, what question are they going to ask me at the end? But I honestly not sure.
That's right. You can have a think about it.
I'm not sure.
What about advice? Like, you've gone and you've changed your life around. You're a chippy for 13 years. Advice to someone that's looking to go out and get on the land. Like, what do you recommend them doing?
Oh, get out and do it. You won't look back. You at the end of the day, you'll love it or you'll hate it. And I'm guarantee you'll probably love it. Like, go out and just meet some people, and then you can start having training weekends, training afternoons, and then just really get a passion for it. And then once you get into it and you go, geez, this is actually all right, like, you'll really enjoy it. Like, just, it changes your life. Like, just makes it a hell of a lot better. But go and do it. Don't think about it. Just go and do it. And what's the worst that can happen? You don't like it, just go back to what you were doing or try something new. But you'll really like it. There's no harm in trying something different. And I can't suggest it enough. It's bloody awesome.
Awesome.
And what about the same advice for someone that might have had the courage to do that and needs a dog?
Yeah.
What do you give those people?
Depends. If you have the money, dogs are like, they're going for a bit, but you can buy a half-started one and just start taking it to work, one that can take it to work, or get it. And all you need is a sit and a stay, really, and a stop. If you got that on your dog and a recall, there's half your battle. You can do work with the dog if you've got that on it. They're not causing trouble then. They're not breaking neck. And just, buy a half-started dog or buy an experienced dog. Just even an older dog that go for a bit cheaper. That's one that's been around for a bit. Buy that until you get a dog started yourself, because you always got that older dog to lean on. And then for the next couple of years, train your own. And then by the time that's trained, your older dog's probably a bit too old then, but you still got that younger dog. And now get another one. Like, the best advice I ever got was, don't get 2 dogs under 12 months, even though I'm doing that at the moment. But the best advice I ever got, don't get 2 dogs under 12 months. Train it for 12 months and then think about getting another pup, or fully train your dog, then get a pup. So you're putting all that time into one dog. So, which I put all my time into Mac, and mate, I think he's a really good dog. And ever since then, I've had 2 dogs ever since, just to build my team up. And they haven't got near as much training, like, because you're worried about the 2 dogs. Where if you have 1 dog, all your time and effort goes into that dog, so you're doing everything. So even for the first 18 months, spend all your time on that dog and don't get another pup until 18 months. And then start again, because then you're putting all your time into that dog. And I tell you, it makes the biggest difference. It's the best advice I've ever got.
Mate, I really like that. I think sometimes the older dogs get a bit forgotten about because people want to get that dog that's going.
100%.
Older dogs, they still have plenty to give.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 100%. They'll still do a job for you, won't they? Love their job. They'll still do it. And that's all you need to start it. Just get that older dog and then get your young pup. It's fully trained. You don't have to worry about it. It knows its job. It knows what to do. And that dog could probably actually teach you a lot of things about stock as well. Like instinct over command. That dog's doing its thing and you're telling it what to do. And you can step back and look at it and go, oh, okay, it's doing the right thing. I'll just let it go. And that's how you learn to read stock as well.
There's a term I use for that. It's called intelligent disobedience.
Yeah, well, which it's so true, isn't it? It is so true. Like, it really is.
And stock work's probably the only time dogs should get it or can get away with it.
Yeah. And I know my dogs still do it to me all the time. And I'm like, right, I'll shut up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Like, I'll just go and open this gate, mate, and you do you. So, yeah. So they probably looking at me going, shut up, dickhead. Like, but yeah, that's the best advice I've got.
Cool. What are you coming up with
tomorrow?
So
if you could sit down and have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
It'd be Miguel Taylor Swift. Buddy. That's
a G up, right?
No, 100%, mate. I've been to every concert of hers when she's been out in Australia. Me and a couple of mates go every time.
You've already listened to the new album, start to finish?
Yeah, I normally do. I haven't listened to this one though. So
I love that. I love that.
No, I'm being serious, and I know a couple of mates are watching this, and they'd be loving that too. So.
I didn't know that was coming. I had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, it surprises a lot of people, doesn't it? So that's where I get a lot of, because I use a whistle. That's where I get a lot of my whistles from too, a bit of Taylor Swift music. So
I thought that was loaded for sure. I thought
I had that. I had a question like that in an interview the other day, and I was like, shit, I'm going to use that on Dog Talk.
That's a great question. I'm glad I could put a smile on your face, Dan.
Oh, goodness.
I think it's gold. I think it's great.
I could just imagine him rocking up the next trial with a bit of whatever songs are just cracking out now.
Well, at one of the concerts, me and 3 of the mates brought a shirt there saying, I love Taylor Swift, and wore it to the concert. Heaps of people were getting photos. I'd wear it to a trial, but it doesn't fit me anymore. So
Sure. That's what you're just telling us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Oh, mate, on that note, thank you very much for giving us your time tonight.
No, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been entertaining too. No, really appreciate it. Lovely to learn a little bit more about you. I just thought you were really good at catching grasshoppers and crickets.
Still am.
I met Tom at a trial, and my little fella was just catching crickets all day, and Tom was out there helping him catch crickets. And then I sent him a video like the next day, like look at the back covered in crickets.
We were pals that day, weren't we? We were catching
oh, it was good day. Mate, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. To everyone that tuned in or listening back, hope you enjoyed it. And please remember, we learn every day, and the day we stop learning from each other will be a sad day. Thank you.
Thank you.